Hey guys, you are listening to episode 1 of the Creative Podcast. My name is Austin Robinson, and in this episode, me and my co host James Rossman sit down and talk about the pros and cons and differences between going to film school and not going to film school. Also, I want to point out at the beginning of this episode, about 5 minutes in, James's mic quit working. I'm not sure why, but the audio you are hearing is audio straight out of one of the cameras. So I apologize for that ahead of time. Well, with all that said, let's get into it. Hey guys, you're listening to the Creative Talk. Is that what we decided on?
Yeah, I think so.
The Creative Talk. It may change, but as of right now, that's what it's called.
Yeah, because can't do the other one. What was it? We were going to do the creative...
Conversation was that?
Yeah.
Oh, the Creative...
But the Sarah D...
Yeah, she already... I guess she changed it. It used to be called the Creative Exchange, and then she changed it to what we wanted to call this. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha. Oh,
she got to it first. Just kidding. We probably came up with this like last week.
Yep.
Okay, so I actually took notes for this so I can go off of if I can find it. So the first episode, I guess we should discuss this before. Are we doing film school versus no film school?
Yeah, that's
our experiences and our origin.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to go first on where you bumped the mic already? Where you first got into this, filmmaking in general?
Yeah,
when you started.
Yeah, I can do that. So I was probably, well, my grandpa, my mom's dad, he always he always did home movies and everything. Always had a bunch of cameras. Has always been. He has. I think I went over to my grandparents' house and I think my grandma said he has like, oh man, I want to say over 100 VHS tapes. When my mom's 43, 44. Don't kill me, Mom, if you're listening to this. But but yeah, he has home movies when she was a small child. So it's insane.
And those are the best videos. Like that.
Yeah. And so he's been doing it my whole life, and he's been always, like, when I was younger, had the camera, and I think that's really where I got into it. And so I would say probably when I was like, I want to say like maybe 11 or 12 years old is kind of when I decided, like, when I was like, oh, it'd be really cool to work with like cameras and stuff like that. Not thinking what it could become, like what it has now and the trajectory that I'm on.
Well, yeah, but the way the industry and field has gone at this point too.
Yeah, I mean, granted, we'll get to it later talking about school versus no school, but like, then I wanted to do it. Like, I've been a huge movie person ever since then. So it was my senior year of high school. Junior year or senior year of high school was when I first got into it. I acted in a buddy of mine's, two of his short films. And I was like, I don't want to be in front of the camera. I don't think I can do that.
I don't like to do that. Like right now, I don't.
Yep. It's probably like awkward right now. That's why I'm not looking over the camera.
No, I'm trying not to. It's like they're both looking.
But, and then I would say I graduated from high school, and then I was going to join the Marine Corps, but a bunch of stuff happened with that, and I've had too many surgeries and stuff like that. And so then I was like, oh, you know what? I'll go to Ball State for what they call telecommunications. I always say filmmaking because it sounds better. Essentially the same thing. So then it wasn't my first semester. I think it was my second semester that I directed my first short film, No Man's Land. And that was insane. That was our first shooting day. I think it was like 12 hours long.
When was that?
What was that?
When did you do that?
It was my second semester of at Ball State.
At Ball State?
Yeah. So I didn't have any classes. I wasn't even in TCOM classes yet because you had to take TCOM 101 before you could do anything else. So it's like one semester you got to take one TCOM class and that's it. You had to pass that one to go on to your 200 level classes, which was, I don't think they're doing that anymore just because.
So what that consist of?
Oh my gosh, it was really talking about like Disney and like the bigger like production companies and like different things. Like, honestly, I don't remember everything that went into it, but I just remember doing a presentation over Disney and like how they've like accumulated all these other companies, and it was honestly just kind of a waste of time. But yeah, I directed that. That was my second. So yeah, that would have been my second semester at Ball State, and then that's when I directed No Man's Land. And yeah, our first shoot day was like 12 hours long, and it was super, super cold. And wow, okay,
What happened? Not recording?
it stopped.
No.
What is going on?
So we are back. We had some technical difficulty, or James had some technical difficulties.
My computer just decided to stop recording. So
We're first timers here. It's first time podcast. As you can tell, he's holding he brought the arm, but the desk is too thick.
Yep.
It's too thick. So we're improvising. From right now, I hope it's still recording. We got a phone as backup in case it happens again.
Yep.
Is it rolling now?
Yeah.
Okay. So if that happens again and his audio cuts out, he's going to grab the phone and we're going to hopefully use the camera audio from the beginning of this. And so that's why it sounds the way it sounded.
Well, like I said earlier, it would be so nice when we can have like a studio or something like that.
Yeah.
Just build something up, Like one of my favorite ones, I watched Peter McKinnon and Matty Poya. They have like
I
nice
love that setup. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
so
it.
nice. But
Sure,
anyways,
jealous of them.
Yeah.
By the way, we are in a public library. That's where we were able to get a free room because we are cheap.
Yeah. Everyone else was like, yeah, $40 for the first hour and then $10 on top of that. I was like, no, that's okay.
Not with that filmmaker life.
Yeah.
We've spent too much on
Exactly. We already
just to be able to do this. Okay. Now, where were you?
So, let me think. Back to my second semester at Ball State when I directed No Man's Land, and the first shooting day that we had, it was 12 hours. It was really cold outside, and I had my two actors in short sleeves, and we literally had this really old, huge cold chain wrapped around them, like up around their torso and their arms, and oh my gosh! And then at one point there was like a pack of coyotes out because it was out way far out in the country. So I was like, well, how about everybody should probably just go inside for a little bit. We'll take a little break here. So, but yeah, and after that, I directed 2 other short films, and then right now I'm trying to get a documentary about endometriosis funded.
Which I'm excited for.
Yeah, me too. Like if we can get it funded, and because we have a budget, I think what we figured out was like a $20,000 budget, which as you know, it's not a lot of money to make.
No, we're probably sitting here with not quite, but yeah, say $20,000 sitting here to
really.
shoot a podcast. But
I mean, if you ask anybody else, $20,000, wow, that's a lot of money.
Oh, I know everything in this field is.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I can pay this and this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but in this industry, that's nothing.
No, it's nothing at all, and it's hard to get people to wrap their minds around that.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one thing when I entered this field too that I've noticed was like, money. I don't know, money's like lost its value to me almost. Like
for sure. I mean, there was a podcast I listened to, Film Riot. He was talking to somebody where they were like, producers are more than likely to pick a first-time director for like a $5 to $10 million budget. I'm like, $5 to $10 million?
I have heard
That's insane. Like, just thinking right now what we could do with that, just here in Indiana.
Oh yeah.
Because it's cheaper to do everything. Cheaper to do things here. But
we turn a lot of heads around here too.
Yeah.
I mean, right now there's a window. We're in a library, and people walking by. It's kind of dramatic. It's nothing extreme, but
yeah. True. But it works.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Are you still rolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So, but yeah, and I think my grandpa is the reason that I got into this. I mean, there's not many people. Even if I don't think I know anybody that's picked something where they said they want to do at a really young age and stuck through it.
No.
Especially going to college.
That surprises me. You were that young when you got into it.
It's insane. Like, I know I have friends that like changed their major 3-4 times, where I have another friend that he was doing, I think it was computer science, and he did that for like 3 years, and then he was like, this isn't what I want to do. And then he switched his last year, and got,
You hear about that all the time. It's like, God,
I was like, man, that's a lot of work.
that's a lot of work, time, and money.
Yo, for sure.
Just gone.
Mm.
I guess not gone. I guess people probably don't regret it. I guess
Yeah.
you kind of have to. I'd have to tell myself I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
sure you learned some
like,
life experience out of it. I don't know.
yeah, like college, like, it was nice. I don't think.
So you knew what
Like,
you want all through college. You knew what you wanted to do.
yeah,
You never
yeah,
questioned
I
it.
never,
See, and that's
never questioned it or anything.
Mhm.
Like there was some point in times when I'm like, man, like seeing what everybody else is doing, and I'm like, I'm not to that level yet. I'm like, what am I doing? But that happens all the time. So,
but your passion was still
mhm,
still the same.
yeah, yeah, and I think the biggest thing for college today in today's day and age for filmmaking, it's just really for connections. Like anything
Yeah.
else, it's like,
Yes. I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and I'm just now meeting you, and
mhm,
you've already met so many people, way more than I have.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I would say that's probably the best thing that came out of college because like they had equipment, and don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that they had like equipment for us to use and stuff
Mhm.
like that, so we didn't have to buy all that. But at the same time, it like wasn't the best, and it was like stuff they've already used for years and years, like the what are they called, the NX5s, I think they were called, and they were just, it was like, um, gosh, I'm trying to think. I think were they the Sony NX5s? I don't remember what brand it was, but nonetheless,
It sounds
was
like Sony. I don't know.
the focus rings were always broke.
Oh,
And
right.
it was
I never
just
thought of it. Yeah,
horrible.
because you got people who don't know, probably
Yep.
coming in there who, the first
Well,
people who don't know what they're doing.
yeah, I mean, because that was gateway, so you had to get through your TCOM 101 and then your 200 levels, um, and then you had gateway. Like one semester you had video, the other semester you had audio. But a lot of people took, like a lot of the athletes took TCOM because it was like quote unquote the easy route. When it's like, sure, you could do it and get and pass with a C, but you're not gonna make anything quality work.
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of people are like. Yeah, I'm just majoring in TCOM because it's easy. I'm like, there's nothing about this field that's easy,
No, I mean you have to love it.
Oh
You
yeah,
have to.
yeah. Especially if you want to do it for a career.
Oh, yeah.
No, there's no.
Mm.
I mean, like one of my favorite directors, James Gunn. He's directing Guardians of the Galaxy, and then right now he's completely revamping the Suicide Squad. So it's like he's
they're
like back
revamping
and
that?
forth.
Like,
Yeah,
redo-
he's completely revamping
It's
it.
probably good.
Yeah,
Probably good.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and it's just insane. That's at that when you make it to like the 100 and 200 million dollar budget movies, you have to love what you're doing because if not, that's just gonna,
That's a scary amount.
yeah.
I mean, back on the budgets, can you imagine being handed that? I think about it all the time. I actually had a gig coming up where they were talking about. It was a pretty big budget. It fell through, and I remember getting scared of the thought of like, what would I even like? I
Yeah.
know what I would do, but
Mhm.
when you actually think about actually doing it, it's kind of scary. Like, what
Yeah.
do you need?
Yeah, and I think that's like part of the reason too. Like on any like for me, if I have anything funded or anything, I really want a producer that knows what he or she is doing. Really, I just don't want to bring anybody on to be a producer because
Yeah.
they probably don't know what they're doing.
So, me being a filmmaker, I did not go to film school, so the terms, like I don't know the exact definition of a producer. To me, as far as I understand, it's kind of vague. They kind of help produce in any way they can.
Yeah.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah, because you got your producers and you have your executive producers, and then from then they're on.
There's a lot of job titles.
Yeah, really, it's insane, especially once you get up to the bigger productions. Like, it's massively
Yeah.
insane.
When you have help, you're like, oh wait, I can just with at least one other person.
Yeah. Exactly. But I mean, other than that, out of college, like that's probably about the best thing. That's
Really, people and
yeah, really. That's it kind of sucks because like if you're paying your own way through, like then you come out of school and you have that debt, and it's like
Mhm.
nobody wants to deal with that. But
yeah.
yeah, I would definitely say probably the biggest pro to going to school for connections is connections, but anymore, I don't even think you really need that because like you can just be on somebody's set and like we did. We met.
Yeah, and
our other friend Austin.
Austin, yeah, he was actually directing a short film of his own. That's how we met here. Which
That's exactly like.
I met Austin at we worked at
Lowe's.
Yeah,
you worked at Lowe's. Yeah, you guys worked at Lowe's. Wait, I think was that before or after I met him?
I think you met him before. I think
so,
he may have mentioned you a while back, but yeah.
Okay, because I met Austin at Lowe's, and then you met Austin at Lowe's.
So like, if I never worked at Lowe's, it's weird. I didn't go to college, but if I never worked at Lowe's, I would have never made these connections. And...
Now anymore, like YouTube wise, oh man, you can learn anything.
So that's where I started, which is YouTube. So what was your first camera? The very first thing you shot on, the first thing you created. Can you remember that?
What I shot on?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Honestly, I think it was, because this was before I started at Ball State. I think it was the iPhone 4S.
Oh really?
I think yeah. It wasn't even an actual camera. It was the iPhone. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was what I shot on first.
I can't even remember it was a phone. I know it was a phone when I first started. Because it's like the first camera you probably get it. Or at least our generation at our age. I was in middle school when I got my first phone, probably.
Okay, yeah, I think I was in high school sometime, yeah.
I was probably 7th or 8th grade. But we always went to a friend's house. His name, Ian Milligan, shout out. But him and his brother Zach, which I still hang out with, which I gotta get you guys. We gotta meet up sometime to talk about because he's really into this stuff too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's into it. He's like way back when I started. I started with YouTube skits, like comedy.
Yeah.
So our biggest inspiration was Smosh. You ever seen Smosh at all?
I don't think so.
No? Yeah. Okay. They're still around. They kind of fell out, but I think they're still funny now. But it's like I say stupid humor, but that's kind of my humor. It's funny.
I mean, same, yeah.
So we started doing like little phone skits on that. We didn't have a computer or anything, so we used to edit on their computer with their house. Me and my brother, we used to do this all the time. And then I just fell in love with image quality and trying to make it look good. Because I thought if it looked good, it'd be funnier. Because if it looked like an actual movie, it would be funnier if we were doing stupid things and it looked cinematic, I thought.
Right.
But then I fell in love with that and I went down a rabbit hole in that. Just kept doing that. And I started making these skits and they started looking okay. And then I bought the GH4. That was when I started on the T2i though.
Oh, wow.
I won that on eBay. I remember being so excited. I paid like $300 for it at the time, which was like half of what it was worth. I was like so excited that I didn't have a lens, but I couldn't use it forever. But so I had the T2i, and then I bought the GH4 later. I was doing nothing but YouTube skits. I wouldn't make any money at all. Then I had a friend at Lowe's. It's weird I thank Lowe's for a lot of things, but
I'm with you there.
Yeah, he was getting married and asked me to film his wedding. And I kept saying, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And he kept pushing me. He's like, man, you got to do it. He's like, you're good at what you do. And I'm like, no, I've never done a wedding. Like, it's a lot of pressure, you know?
It is, 100%.
And then he convinced me to do it. I told him not to pay me. He still ended up paying me and paid me more than what he said to at the end, which real good friend.
Yeah, no joke.
Jordan Helvey, shout out. People shout out to him. But if honestly, it wasn't for him pushing me to do his wedding, like that gave me the confidence of what's out there that you can do to make money. And then I can't remember if it was a friend of a friend or somebody seen his wedding, so on and so forth. And then I got connected to the corporate world from a mutual connection of my girlfriend, which we co-own my company. We've been an actual company for 3 years now.
Dang, that's crazy.
But we've been doing it for longer. But
wow.
Yeah, and just pretty much I got into the corporate world. Once that took off, it took a while to take off. That's when I finally was able to quit Lowe's and then jump into this full time.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it's scary, but not at the same time. Still living with my parents, so I didn't have like a lot to lose. So I was like, well, just do it. Like, Lowe's will take me back if I need it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so or anywhere else really, but yeah, YouTube is where I learned everything. And then I looked into school forever. I wanted to go to school so bad. Full Sail University. I was like, I'm gonna move to Florida. That was my dream for a while.
Yep.
But then I took some online classes, and I was like, there's nothing here that I wasn't gaining that I had already watched on YouTube from other people.
Yep.
And I never could go to school. Like I never could afford it at the time. So once the corporate gig stuff started happening, that's what I was like. I didn't see a need for school for me at that point. I didn't see it
because this was post high school, right?
No, sorry. I started filming weddings after high school. So like I didn't even make money at all until after high school doing it. I didn't do anything in high school other than the skits for fun.
Oh,
And
right.
yeah, people around the school knew us from their stupid videos and or just saying our little stupid catchphrases around them. But I'd like to do that more. But now it's like there's so much work that goes into it because they were basically little short films for me. Like at the time, it was like I put so much time into lighting and miking, and still it's like crap, but you put so much time into it. But not going to school versus going to school, pros in my opinion, like you said, networking people, and I feel like that's one of the most important things.
Yeah,
is
it really
people.
is. Yeah.
So I don't think school's bad at all. I think if you can go. If you want to go, and then for me, I think the structure would have been good.
Right.
To like know what you're doing, what you're learning every day.
Kind of
like,
have like those deadlines and like learning. Yeah.
So instead of just trying to get with friends and make stupid YouTube videos,
right.
But either way, you learn.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I mean, like I said, I think like those places, like not even necessarily thinking about Ball State, but thinking about Full Sail University and University of Southern California. Like, really, the only thing they have on us is the equipment.
Really, between the like, I'm not even sure what Ball State even has, but
yeah, Ball State. I think they bought.
I've seen Austin's stuff and see the stuff he posts. He's got. It looks like you guys got to touch a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah. They the immersive learning projects, which is like there were projects like a lot of people worked on. They were shooting on. Was it C300s? I know Ball State. They say Ball State bought a couple crappy red cameras.
Oh,
but
crappy red. Yeah, we'll take the crappy ones, I guess.
Exactly. Gosh.
That is 6K.
Red is red, But yeah, I think equipment is really the only thing that have like, especially today when you can have like you can just reach out to people so easy. Social media. Oh man, it's just a few types away and there, boom.
I know, like everybody's human, and you in this day and age, you realize that like no matter how much money they have or fame, like they're still people. You never know who to reply.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll reply.
Yeah. I've done that 3 times so far, where I've just like cold called, emailed somebody, and it's worked out in my favor. So it's like
it's just. I mean, you think the world people are awful, but most of the time, people want to help you. I think most of the time people do want to help you. Yeah, every now and then you get terrible people who are.
Yeah, that's inevitable.
Yeah, and it is. But
and unfortunately, I've kind of seen it happen on even on where we're at on our level. I've seen that happen on a couple of different people's shoots and whatnot. But the good majority of people, I think.
That's. I mean, I think it matters what field you're in. No matter what you're doing, people are people.
Oh,
you're gonna deal with them. But
exactly.
But I do believe in this field, you probably deal with people, especially for me. I would say I was pretty shy and quiet. I never was a people person. But then doing this, showing up to places that I don't even know by myself to shoot interviews and stuff, like. So I just probably give a little background on what I do. So I do a lot of internal corporate most of my stuff consists of interviews and piecing together like some B-roll with statistics, boring corporate stuff. And I haven't done any of my own other than the YouTube skits, like actual short narrative stuff. I would love to, but I haven't been able to. I didn't have the people. I didn't know anyone until I met you guys. Exactly. I mean, because you need it. You need a crew to do that kind of stuff. And that's
for sure.
That's one thing I want to bring up too. But I think college, when I was on set with you guys on Austin's film, I just noticed like you guys communicating and how the structure, you guys, you understood what was going on and everything was going. Like you had what do you call the person? What was her name? Rachel. She had the clipboard and was like taking note of what were good shots and stuff.
Oh right,
that was new to me. I was like, that's genius to have someone do how nice it would be.
Yeah.
Like I'm used to just do it all me in my head and.
Yeah, that I've actually never had anybody do that on my set.
Not really?
My sets, either. I think that's maybe not so much with the documentary, but definitely my second project, the horror film that I want to do, definitely on that, because that's something that I want to kind of like, because I have a feature in mind for that, so that's kind of like, I want that to be a proof of concept, be like, hey, look what I can do, look what I can produce, and like the people that work with me, what they can do as well, and then we'll go from there and see if anything happens, because if I could like somehow start on Netflix, that would be amazing.
I've been looking into that like hardcore, and I'll talk to you after this.
Yeah,
because I don't want to say anything for sure.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there was a meme that I saw the other day. It was this crane knocked out the Hollywood sign, and But they were putting Netflix
Oh,
on there.
well, yeah. I mean,
That's so true. That I think I don't remember when. I think it was here recently. They lost Friends. Netflix did.
yeah, they just took that off.
Which are you friends? Are you friends?
So I wouldn't. Oh, I don't hate it, but I'm not
Right.
like I know there's some people like love it. I have not seen like every episode, but I
Right.
used to watch it all the time. It was on TV.
Oh,
when it was
okay,
like,
yeah.
get home from school.
I don't think that's such a bad thing because I mean Netflix when they went to like either renew or whatever a couple years ago they spent $100 million to keep that on there. I'm like,
Gosh.
what you're producing with your originals, take that $100 million now that they don't now that Friends isn't on there. You can take what money you were spending just to keep it on there and throw it at your originals.
Yeah.
And like even higher production, values. I mean, I watched.
It's probably nothing to them though.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, they make billions a year.
Like the Netflix originals now, they're Hollywood standard.
Oh,
like
for sure.
Quality of them,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I watched just a couple like Haunting of Hill House. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
That's a really.
I'm trying to think of what originals I've watched. Are the Marvel ones originals? Are they considered originals?
The one when Netflix had it, yeah. That's
yeah, they don't have it no more.
Right, yeah.
I'm trying to think what originals I watched. I want The Witcher. I'm waiting to watch that.
Dude, my girlfriend and I watched The Witcher. It is so good.
Yeah, is it? Oh, okay. I love Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I love him.
I was kind of really skeptical because I was like, I don't know. I was like, it kind of seems a little weird.
Did you play the game at all?
I didn't.
No?
I never read the books. I
didn't read the books, but I love the video game.
Yeah, that's what I've heard a lot of people say. But yeah, I went into it kind of blind.
So not knowing anything, it just still good?
It was so good.
So I don't know if it's better to like, because I'm going to be thinking of the game the whole time, and I love the game, but.
A lot of people say it was.
I have high hopes, but.
I'm trying to remember. A lot of people say it was like the storyline of the books, but I think like with the quality of the video games, like the visuals and whatnot.
Oh yeah,
so,
it's a beautiful game.
Yeah, the production value on it is like I would love to see how much they spent on each episode.
I would love to see like behind this this day and age in this industry, people like me and you, like we are not the only people that would be interested in seeing like behind the scene.
Oh yeah,
because all the behind the scenes stuff is like. What would fans want to see of like the show? And it's like I want to see. Show me the lenses, the cameras, the audio. Like show me how you shot some scenes, not just like the stories behind the scenes. Like
yeah, because they have people there that are filming behind the scenes.
You see that, yeah.
Like, why waste it?
I have it like I would have loved a bit like the Joker.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that yet?
Yeah, dude.
Beautiful. I'm not a Joker fan at all, but it is a beautiful movie.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix.
Nailed it.
Yep. There was something I was going to go off for that. Lost it.
Sorry, we went way off here.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about Netflix and movies.
Behind the scenes stuff. I mean, that's why when I was younger, I always bought like I haven't much here recently, but when I was younger, I would buy movie after movie after movie. Mainly, I would watch the movies a couple times, but like mainly for behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Like that was the reason I bought the movie.
Like I've seen so many behind the scenes movies or behind the scenes of movies I haven't even seen.
Oh yeah,
it's like that interests me more.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's weird me being in this field and all, but I'm not so much on the narrative side anymore. But I don't watch a lot of movies. I don't know why. I watch a lot of TV shows. I think it's because I kind of do like little bite chunks of it. But like sitting down, I don't know why I don't watch a lot. I need to. I really need to because I want to get more into breaking them down. Just ever since I got into this. You can't watch a movie the same no more.
Oh yeah, you can't.
break everything
down.
Yep.
Constantly, yeah. That's why it's sometimes kind of hard to like go to the movie theater because, Lord knows, going to the movie theater today it's ridiculous. Like I was gonna go see, we were gonna go see the new Star Wars movie in IMAX. I can't remember if it was at AMC or if it was at the Hamilton Town Center, but it was $17 a ticket.
Yeah, I mean it's nothing to go and spend. I'll spend $60.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
easily.
Yeah, you get popcorn and stuff to drink.
Yeah, exactly.
But I watched a whole it was a YouTube video of this thing talking about why they cost so much. I guess they make most of their money from the concession stand.
They do, yeah.
Which I try to look at it that way and like, well, if I want to keep this experience going nowadays, like I feel okay. It's kind of like a donation for the experience, I guess.
It is.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I had a friend that worked at the movie theater for a couple of years, and that's where I found out that most of the time you know.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, I know it don't cost $5 for a Coke anyway.
Yeah,
But
yeah, no.
I think it's more for a
gosh,
large Coke. I don't know what it cost at the.
it's kind of crazy because when my girlfriend and I went to go see the new Star Wars movie, there was this R2D2 like holder that you could put your drink inside of. It was $50.
My God.
I was like,
That's
what the heck? Granted, that's probably because of Disney, but you
Oh.
know, they're like, yeah, this has to be
Oh, yeah.
so much. But yeah, it's crazy expensive. But I mean, like you said, if we want to keep the experience going, it's
Yeah, I try to look at it like I just count on $60,
Mhm.
and if it's under 60, I'm like, yeah, let's
Yep.
save some. Like, I spent $55. Are you still recording on your end?
Yeah, I am.
Good, good. I'm
I
glad.
am.
Hopefully, it saves at the end.
Yes, that's what I'm.
We've not used this
Good
setup
Lord.
before, so
Yeah.
So college and not going to school. Would you recommend someone go to college now?
You know, I don't think I would, to be
Really?
honest. Yeah. I don't I think it's good. I mean, of course there are people that need to go to college, but like some people that are even in this field that need that structure.
Yeah, that's
which
what I
is
feel like.
nice. But I think if you're a person that can like be self-motivated and like meet deadlines and such, I honestly don't
Which
think
is funny because
so.
I wouldn't describe myself that way, but
Right, yeah.
but yeah, I mean, you gotta love it.
Yeah.
Like, either way, you have to love it
Oh,
to
yeah.
get into it. That's why I'm not too worried about like competition or anything when it comes to this. Because like if you're up at our level, like you love what you do, and I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like, you have to.
I mean, you know,
Because you know you're not in this for the money.
Oh yeah, exactly. Nope. I mean, you're not really making good money until you're probably like if you're going the like movie route, you're not making money until you're like with the studio.
Oh yeah,
it's like-
because like I was listening to how to like get into distribution and distributors and stuff, and all how they can screw you and how, like the fees and
Yeah,
I don't know, that's a whole world. That's a whole world of just that.
Yep. That's what Jay Fields. Yeah, he's actually because he won that Emmy as I think.
Yeah. Was he a sound design or music or something?
He was a producer for that Jim Davis documentary that they did at Ball State.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
so
it was pretty good.
I just knew he did something audio. I don't know.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff.
He talked
with
about
audio.
it.
He DJs for weddings
does he?
quite a bit. Yep. So he's really good at the audio stuff, but he's also really good about the whole producing side of things. Also, he like kind of knows. He knows a few people too that have kind of worked in the industry that deal with like the whole behind the scenes of like money and stuff.
So did he go for the same thing you went for, like the same degree?
Yep. Yeah.
So what does Ball State have to offer? Like, what degrees are there? Like telecommunication? Because it seems like each school calls it something different.
Yeah. Oh,
it's just yeah.
Like, are you talking specifically just
like in this field? Like, could you go just for like to be a director or just to be a DP or is Ball State just like put it all in one?
Yeah, they kind of put it all in one. Like the
I think you have to learn a little bit of something.
Oh yeah. Can
you imagine being a director not knowing how to work the camera and anything?
That was horrible. Gee whiz. I mean, that's what they say. When you're the director, you kind of need to know like everything, in case, you know. But just so that way you can be like, hey, I want this, you know, tweaked it this way or something like that.
Know what you're talking about when you tell someone to do something.
Yeah, exactly. That way you don't sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
But
so I've never worked under anybody directing me, ever.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh okay. Yeah.
And I like that working with you. I want that experience.
Yeah.
Like trying to make someone else's vision come true.
Right.
I like that idea.
Yeah. I don't think other than Austin Webster's film, like I don't think I really have either, because the films that I did outside of class at Ball State, I directed. When I was in advanced video, we had 2 projects, and the first one I was a director on, and then the second one they were like, well, we kind of want to switch, you know, kind of like, you know, have somebody else do that. But I can't remember if it was one of I think it was a sound guy that got, because we all wrote scripts, and then we all like voted on which one we think we should do, and the sound guy, we picked his script for the second project, and then we were like, well, we don't really want, nobody really wanted to switch or anything, so I stayed the director. My friend Micah Rogers, he stayed as my DP, because he's been my DP on the last few short films. starting with No Man's Land. But
I gotta see that.
yeah,
You
yeah,
listen
for
to
sure.
me.
Yeah, I'll say it's on YouTube, but it's kind of it's cringy at parts, just because it's always gonna your
Oh
first one is gonna
yeah,
be crap.
and you'll say that, but like things that you say is cringy probably be cringy to
Yeah,
me. Or anything. Yeah,
exactly. Yep.
that's just how it is being an artist. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, for
anything
sure.
you never,
Yeah.
and that's one thing in that doing this. It took me a long time to realize was like you can never achieve perfection,
Oh
and
yeah.
you won't,
Nope.
and you gotta accept that.
Yeah, both inside like of making the film and outside dealing with like fans. If you're dealing with something in the realm of like Star Wars
Oh
or
yeah,
anything dealing
people
with
if
like
people are gonna
that.
hate something, they're gonna love something, no matter what.
Yep.
Haters gonna hate.
Exactly. There's no. It'd be impossible to please everybody.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it's why I think I went the comedy route because I
Mm-hmm.
kind of get away with.
Yeah,
You can get away with more that way, I
for
think,
sure.
because you're not trying. But like, I secretly I was trying so hard,
Yeah.
but because it's
Yeah.
a comedy, you kind of like, whatever, something doesn't cut right or audio's off in some way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's like if you try to please, if you even think you're like, oh, I think I could please just about everybody with this, you're gonna like if that's
No.
your goal,
Especially nowadays. I'm not gonna get into all that, but
right.
but yeah,
Yikes.
yeah, that's all we can say.
Yeah, but
But I mean, it seems like I wonder how film school is going to be like the next 5 or 10 years.
wow.
Like how that
Yeah.
because like I mean, there's people like me and you who are gonna. I mean, we're gonna meet people. There's gonna be people under us. We're gonna teach people. There's
Yeah.
YouTube's
exactly.
only growing and growing and getting better at
Oh my
teaching.
gosh.
Skillshare. I mean,
Yeah.
there's Creative Live. You already seen that?
I don't think that
Film
was-
Right did. I think it was Creative Live. Film Right did a live thing on there once. It was.
Oh really?
But I sit down and watched it all. I love Film Right. Love them
Oh,
all.
dude, I love it
That's
so
honestly
much.
my first tutorial I ever watched was I got a green screen for one of my videos doing an explosion
Mm.
out of a mailbox.
Oh,
To watch
okay.
the video. Maybe I'll link it.
How
It's
many
pretty
years
stupid.
ago was that?
It's probably 8, 10.
Oh,
I don't know.
wow, really?
Long time ago. So like Film
Dang.
Right was, they were around, but
Right.
they were like the only people on YouTube doing that. So then I looked up how to key a green screen, and
Oh,
it was
yeah.
their green screen tutorial, and I found them. I was like, oh, they're kind of funny. So I
Mhm.
liked it, and I realized like, oh my gosh, they have all these tutorials to start going through, and I based my videos off whatever I was learning from their videos. So like I
Yeah.
practiced that way, and then now there's just so many people.
Oh
So-
yeah. Yep. I mean, like film. Yeah, Film Right is. I think they were the first ones I other than watching behind the scenes of other movies, but that's not really teaching you much. But like actually learning something
yeah.
was definitely
And
from Film Right.
I love what they're doing. I do and don't. So like nowadays I don't watch them so much because they're so high end. But
True.
but that was their goal with Film Right. It was they said that you could watch. They show you step by step them grow,
Mhm.
and that was so you can go back and watch. So if
Yeah.
anybody's listening to this and doesn't know where to start looking to learn Film Right,
Film Right.
honestly, it's all you would need is
Mhm.
Ryan Connolly, Josh Connolly, right
Yep.
there.
Exactly. Yep.
That's
I
all
mean
I mean.
now, yeah, because I mean he wasn't like. I mean he started. I think he started Film right after he graduated from college. I think, if I'm not mistaken, because Film Right's been a
He
thing
was
for 10
yeah
years. now.
he was what was that Revision 3? I never really understood
Yeah,
that whole thing. Yeah,
yeah.
and his whole story is pretty interesting. If you heard like
Mhm.
him go to Full Sail, sleeping in his car, and
Yeah.
having
It's crazy. Like, well, kind of still in the same topic, but not necessarily Film Riot. I was watching, my girlfriend and I were watching the interview with James Cameron. You know who he is?
Mhm.
Yeah. It was James Cameron, right? Yeah, it was James Cameron. And how he was a truck driver, a semi driver. And I don't remember exactly how he got into, because, he directed Titanic, and that was like number 2 of all time in box office for
I need to watch that again.
years.
I'd like to
Oh,
watch
yeah.
it now. I've not watched it since I really got into this.
I don't know if I've ever watched it all the way through, to be honest.
Like I was so young when I watched it, I can't remember a thing.
Yeah,
I
same.
think the boat sinks in the end.
Yeah. Maybe, or does it?
No. Is it awful? We laughed at that. We're sorry to all those.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a truck driver, and he started. I can't remember what his first film was, but then when he made Titanic, and obviously now he directed Avatar when that came out in 2009, and then now
I already did Avatar.
yeah, and from a freaking truck driver, like it's just like
It's funny hearing. Like, did he go to school? Like,
I don't think he
I don't.
did.
I wonder. Like, I wonder how. I would love to talk to somebody years ago who didn't go to school. How'd that route look then?
Oh yeah.
You know, like because now it's so easy for us. I mean,
Yeah.
it's easier for us, not easy, but to get into it, to go grab a high quality camera,
Exactly.
high quality mics, and
oh gosh, yeah. Back then, when you were shooting on film, and it's like you needed to know what you were going to shoot because if not, you're spending.
I don't think I would. I honestly don't think I'd be doing this.
Probably
if I had to deal with that, I don't think I would.
Yeah.
I don't think I would.
It's a lot. That is a lot. It would be cool now to try to do something like that, just because that kind of the older school stuff is coming back. But yeah,
like it's coming back in like a reminiscence way. Like
yeah,
and like what I do, like corporate marketing stuff, and all that field alone was probably completely different because there used to be editing houses. So like when say you would hire me, you wouldn't expect me to come shoot an interview. You wouldn't expect me to edit that. Right. You wouldn't expect me to do that at all. I'd just be there to shoot it. Nowadays, when you contact someone like me, you expect them to come shoot. They have the camera. They're going to edit it and deliver it. They're going to light it. They're going to grade it. Like you're going to do all that.
Yeah.
And then sometimes animations come up, but we started contracting for that now because I'm not an animator.
Oh yeah, that like After Effects and stuff.
Yeah, I used to play honestly. So when I started, I had a bootlegged version of After Effects. Oh, I did not have Premiere.
Okay. Yeah.
So I edited full length skits in After Effects.
Really?
Layers. It was miserable, but like that's all I had. That's what I used to use, and it was awful. But I remember rendering it. I had an old Toshiba laptop, and I rendered like a 2 to 5 minute skit. Mm-hmm. I literally would leave that thing plugged in and on for 2 days straight. It took two. Like, it was like a $180 laptop at the time, like a little Toshiba thing that I had.
Dude,
I didn't know anything about computers or any of that, but
where we are, like technology wise now, compared to when we kind of like started to kind of get interested in this stuff, is insane.
Oh, I know, and it's like, and I think we came into this right on the tipping point.
Yep.
Where now it's, because like, mirrorless cameras. The GH4 had just come out. I think the first year I started taking this serious when I started doing what it.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, and then when I got the GH4, I was like, you can just the quality at the time was like 4K, like that. There wasn't around a lot. 4K was like, oh my gosh, we're at that price point too.
Freaking out, yeah.
I remember buying that. It was like all of my money at the time. It was like every dime I had to get that camera, and I was like, and it was so worth it. And it was like.
Yeah, I think it took me a whole summer to.
Oh yeah, that's about what I seen it, and I was looking at other Canon cameras. I love Canon, I do, but at the time, even now, still Canon doesn't offer a lot of video, and
they're
especially that the GH4 just bulldozed everything at that time. Mm-hmm. There was nothing that compared at that price.
I mean, shoot, even still, these things still hold up.
Oh yeah,
there's the GH5s.
But yeah.
It's just. Like, that much better.
Yeah, the diminishing return, like, and like we pulled the GH4s out for this because we know they're gonna roll, the battery's gonna last, they're not gonna fail.
Yep.
And we had matching lenses.
Yeah, exactly. Now we do. Yep.
So,
I actually talked to him into getting was the Sigma 1835. Yep.
Should have got a long time ago. Anybody looking at a lens and don't know what to get, the 1835. The price, I mean, I would consider it a intermediate lens, because beginner lens to me is like used $100, $200. That's
almost like the kind of nifty 50.
Yeah, nifty 50.
Yeah.
But so we'll probably got a couple more minutes here. So pros and cons of college and no college, film school, no film school. I'm trying to think of what. I just wish I met the people. That made the connections. I wish like you got to touch gear.
Yeah.
Mess with that. Like I get such limited gear for whoever hires me if I rent something and and then I gotta learn it real quick. And then
it's kind of like, especially like for you and Kate, like it's kind of like, do you buy the equipment instead of rent it all the time, because it's like in the long run it'll cost more money?
And that's something that, like owning a company is like, it's a big decision we have to face all the time. Everything we buy. So and we were on for the FS7. I told you about when when Pocket 4K came out. I knew about it. I thought it was ugly. Didn't think anything of it. I was like, whatever. But I started hardcore researching, and I was looking at a camera from a company to just step it up, and it just made sense. Like we need to do a whole nother video on the Black Magic line.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because weren't you guys looking at What else were you guys looking at other than FS7? Wasn't
The
it
FS
like I thought you were looking at the C300 or something like
the
that.
C200,
The C200.
C200 Mark II. I think they're on Mark II, and then the FS7, and then I also looked at FS5 a little bit, but I figured I was gonna go FS5, so go FS7.
Right.
But
yeah.
I felt stupid for buying anything.
Yeah.
More I was like, this has everything I needed, at least for me. I know everybody's different, but like for me, that the Black Magic just checked everything off, and I was like, it still looks. I don't like the look of it. But,
right. Yeah.
But doing it on my own too. I think not going to film school and then doing what I do, owning my own company, is two separate. I mean, like, I could have not gone to film school and tried to pursue getting on a production company, which I did for a while. I played everywhere.
Oh.
And actually,
same.
I don't want to drop any names, but, or maybe I will. I did. I just one place got me in, and I thought it was a for sure thing. I think I told you about it. I'm not gonna say any names, but yeah, and they called me in for an interview, and it seemed like it went well. I had a phone interview first, and they called me in, and they said I was in there for like an hour or two. I mean, it was a while, and they showed me the whole place, showed me where I'd be editing. I was gonna be editing for them before I got out shooting.
Oh, okay.
And they walked me through some of their they have mobile trucks that they edit in, and I don't know if this can give it away because I think they're the only ones with them, but and I met everybody there, met the team and all, and the last thing he said to me was, we were gonna talk salary next time you see me. And that was it. And then I got to hold an F-55.
Oh,
I think that's what they shot one of the Fast and the Furious on. But that's all they shoot on. They had all F-55s there. I got to touch them. That was my experience being able to touch stuff for the first time, expensive gear.
Sure.
But I don't know if they went with somebody else. They could have said something to me. Something, like, oh, sorry, we found a better candidate.
They could at least give you like a definite,
Yeah, but then I got like upset, and I started like, what if I just tried doing this on my own? Whatever. And I was still at Lowe's at the time because I was gonna leave Lowe's to go there. But yeah, then I mean, I think I did get lucky in a way when I first, because it only takes like one person. I've always heard that you're two people away from the person you need to know.
Yeah, really.
That's two people away. Austin to you, like
and it just.
Let's give Austin a shout out for his film Supper.
Yeah, no kidding.
This because of Supper, this podcast is happening, honestly. So shout out to Austin Webster. And if his film is out by the time you're watching this, probably not.
Yeah.
Hopefully I have it done. Hopefully I have this edited before his short film is done.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. I think it comes out right before him and.
Does he have a release date?
I don't recall if he has an actual.
Do you have a release date, Austin?
Yeah.
Do you have a release date?
But him and his friend Steven Webber, I think.
Steven Webber.
Yeah, they're moving.
I like
to.
him.
Yeah, I do too.
He cracks me up.
They're moving to New York together in April. So and I.
Oh
think,
yeah. Wait, Steven's moving too with him?
Mm-hmm.
I knew Austin was.
Yeah, because Austin moved out there first, like a while ago, and then he moved back here, and then I think I don't know if this is the exact reason, but like for me, like having two people like living there, splitting costs.
Oh yeah. Do you like us talking about your life, Austin? If you're watching this, talk about you on her. But just make an episode called Austin Webster's life. Do a whole episode on it. But
read the fine print.
So, I guess our answer is you don't need film school.
Yeah,
I don't think you need it. I don't think you need it, but I don't think it's bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad.
No,
yeah.
But I mean, everything's out there on the internet now. Mm-hmm. You can acquire equipment, cheap equipment.
Oh yeah.
Everything. I mean, even at our level, these people say use your phones. I know that wouldn't fly with what we do.
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, still, you could use your phone.
Oh.
And if you have good audio on a phone, if you do. Actually, I did the last client I worked with. They said they hired someone to shoot an interview, and they said the guy came in. He owned his own marketing company. Mm-hmm. I don't know the guy's name at all, but not that I would say it. But, yeah. But I guess he showed up with just his phone, no lav, no boom, no audio, just his phone on a tripod. And I was like, it was charging quite a bit, and I was like, oh. Which honestly, if he had showed up with at least decent audio and a phone, and they didn't see him use it, they probably wouldn't even know that he used a phone. Honest. Yeah, yep. I don't think people would. Like, I've honestly thought about putting on my cage, strap my phone up for like a second angle sometimes. Yeah, really. For like a wedding room.
I mean, phones now can shoot. They can shoot in 4K, but I don't think they can play back in 4K, like on the phone.
Oh, like true, yeah.
But I mean, phones are just absolutely insane. Like, I was gonna get the Apple came out with the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and that has the 3 lenses on there. It has
I've seen that.
Your ultra wide, your telephoto, and gosh, I'm spacing the other lens, but yeah, just having those 3 lenses in a phone.
And that's awesome. Now, if you're out there and you got like your parents to get you a phone, you can get that one. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But my personal opinion, if you're gonna spend that much on that phone, you could get a camera.
Yeah.
Get a GH4 used, but
Exactly. Yeah, because I mean, like, even if, let's say, like, you had just a phone, you know, as long as you're lighting and everything.
Oh yeah, that's the best way to learn.
I mean,
the best way. Honestly, I think I'm learning this far into what I'm doing. Is lighting is way more important than the lens and camera you're using. Yeah. Lighting is. I've always heard that. I've known it, but now experiencing it, and like once I started using lights and everything, it changes everything. So, with Skillshare and everything out there, YouTube. I think just keep teaching yourself. If you can't afford college, don't get down.
Yeah, just teach yourself. Stay self-motivated, and, especially depending on whatever route you want to go. Like YouTube, I don't really know that many people that are trying to go the actual, like, personally know people that are going to the YouTube route, but like
self-taught that way.
I mean, people are just like there's just one guy that I was watching. I think his YouTube is like Little King's Good, and he makes a lot of things out of leather. It's like a leather craftsman.
Oh,
and he had like 10 or 15,000 subscribers at the time, and he produced like really good quality stuff. And then he got on. Peter McKinnon brought him on for one of his.
That's
videos.
where I've seen him. Okay, yeah. Because I remember that 85 millimeter on that red. And maybe one at 85, but.
And now he just, skyrocketed. Because I checked the other day, he has like 200-some thousand.
You just high five Peter McKinnon in his video.
Yeah.
You just made a career on YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one guy I would love to work with. Like, I would love to work with Peter.
Peter, he's a very cool guy.
Him or Matty Hapoya, like they're both.
Matty, I love Matty.
Yeah, they seem like pretty like outside, like even outside of like YouTube. I feel like that's
the good people. Yeah, I honestly don't feel like he puts on a persona. I feel like that's him.
Yeah.
I feel like that's him
for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that was our episode on our origins and pros and cons of film school, film school, and a little bit of Netflix talk.
Yep. I say, Lord knows we could probably talk for.
Oh, we can about nothing. That's why we decided to do this. I mean, just like we could just go on and on about this, and we thought it'd be interesting. We're here in Indiana. Mm-hmm. It's not like a film spot that I know of. Like I wouldn't. Yeah, there's not a huge community here. Mm-hmm. As far as I know, it's just you guys at Ball State and me. No, I know there's more people out there.
The hardest part is like keeping things, waiting to talk about things before we do another episode.
Yes, yeah, I know.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah, we might just go through and read our texts and script it like that. But all right, so is there anything you want to plug in here? Instagram. I'm on Instagram, Austin.Robinson67.
Yeah, I'm at James Rossman Jr. on Instagram and Twitter.
I gotta think about it. It's like, what is it? And my company also has an Instagram account, Absorb Productions. I don't know. I think it's just Absorb Productions on the Instagram handle.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
AbsorbProductions.com. It's the company that me and my girlfriend co-own, partner. That's the one thing we don't like saying. It's kind of awkward with clients, but like we've been together for so long. Yeah. I mean, like. Yep. Yeah, we always say partner because it's...
That's fair. That seems more professional.
Unless people ask. Yeah. They ask, like, yeah.
Because I feel like if you say boyfriend, like, oh, yeah, my boyfriend.
Yeah, like, it makes people skeptical and get involved. But that's another thing, but...
Sure,
all right.
Yes. Fair.
I don't know how to end these things.
I know, I don't either.
Like and subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube. If it's on Spotify, that means I figured out how to do it. Anywhere else, I'm going to try to get this everywhere. Hopefully all the audio is recording and we did this right the first time. And
that's one. Fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah. We would do another one, but I think we're getting kicked out by a book club. So
unfortunately.
They're not here yet, so we got to break down and move this room. It's not beautiful, but it's better than nothing.
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
Or we'll come up with a way to make this work better. But all right, well.
All right, man. It was good talking to you.
It's good talking to you too.
Yep.
Until next time.
Boom.